Cody Rhodes admitting in interviews that, or in an interview, that The Rock did in fact want him to turn heel, and that it sounds like Cena was the second choice.
This is up there with who was the third man in the NWO. This is up there with that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
On because there's been theories like if Hogan wasn't going to do it, it was going to be Sting, or Mabel was the third man. Look.
Well, this is firsthand knowledge, though. Like, where
I get that, but I don't see. I think turning Cody heel at this point would have been. It wouldn't have been good.
I agree.
Because you need, any pro wrestling organization needs that pure white bread baby face.
Sure.
To get it over the hump. Because if you don't have that, then you have too many bad guys, or you have too many tweeners, which is very comparable, to what AEW has right now.
Well, not only that, but there's just no reason to do it. He's still very over as a babyface.
Yes.
I know that one of the things that people have been talking about is, in terms of him potentially turning heel soon, is that, there were some boos for him at WrestleMania, and people cheering. I hate when my hat's with people cheering John Cena, but that's going to happen at a WrestleMania with that crowd.
Anytime you have John Cena, there's going to be ebbs and flows, not just within the feud, but within the match.
Right.
And I take that with a grain of salt. What I look at is, in the match with Randy Orton, based on the clips I saw, he had a very good reaction. When he comes out for SmackDown, he has very good reactions. Now is not the time I don't think you can ever turn Cody Rhodes heel.
That I disagree with you on. I think the time will come. But I just don't think it's yet. I think they've got to take their time with it. But I do think the time will come, because I think eventually the fans will just want, it'll be time to kind of freshen him up a little bit. And, they were very stubborn with that for many, many, many years with John Cena. And even with Roman Reigns for a long time, they were stubborn with it. And when they finally gave in and did it, it paid off large dividends. But I think eventually, just to freshen him up, and I think he's really good as a heel. I think he has heel potential.
Here's why I say that,
mm-hmm.
and why I feel that way. Who's John Cena's father?
I don't remember his name.
Okay. Who is
I see where you're going.
Who is Hulk Hogan's father?
That is Mr. Balea.
No. Who is Cody Rhodes' father?
Right, but what does Dusty have to do with it?
Dusty has to do with it because Dusty is probably the truest pro wrestling babyface ever.
Sure.
Yeah. Even when they tried to turn Dusty heel, they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And you can sit here and throw, it was a piss poor storyline. The guys they had him working with were afflicted with demons, talking Louis Spicolli and Scott Hall. Whatever.
No, the real problem was it just didn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. And so many people, and I can't explain to you why they don't do this with Dustin Rhodes. They attach Cody directly to Dusty. And maybe that's by Cody's design, but in my opinion, Cody has gotten a huge, huge Dusty rub. In the sense of everyone is always going to see him as a babyface, even though his name, the American Nightmare, was meant to drive the opposite reaction of Dusty's The American Dream.
And he does have heel characteristics.
He does have heel characteristics, but I think the best you can do with Cody is tweener. I think that's the absolute best. I don't think you could. I've seen him as a full-on heel in AEW, and it just wasn't.
Well, no, he never turned in AEW. They wanted to turn him. I mean, they were booing him, but he resisted. Apparently, he didn't want to turn. They treated him like a heel at various points. Yeah.
And maybe that's why it didn't work. Even in, I mean, I would say when he turned on Kenny Omega in New Japan, like that was an attempt. That was an attempt, but he still didn't get heel heat. And that's so important for a heel to have, is that heel heat. And if he does, I don't see Cody getting it. I could see it being moderately successful, I guess, but him being an over-the-top heel long-term, no. It's not him.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think he'd have to change that much because, like I said, he does have heel characteristics. The way that he speaks, the way that he dresses at a time where a lot of people are mad at rich people, and here's this guy with his very expensive suits. I think he could pull it off. I think he'd be effective, but he might get tween reactions, but that's okay. I think.
But here's what I just thought of.
Yeah.
I follow him. I follow Cody on Instagram and everything. How are you going to boo a guy that posts loving pictures of his wife, daughter, and dog? How are you going to boo a guy that is the slight, like, he is more American than apple pie with ice cream on it?
I don't think it matters. Kayfabe is kind of dead anyway. I mean, people separate the two. I don't think any of that matters.
I do.
I mean, look at Cena. Does anyone really believe John Cena is now this evil guy who actually hates the fans? No, but he's playing a character.
But I've said this before on this program. The greatest characters come from a sliver of truth.
Oh, sure.
And I believe that John Cena has every negative thing he has said about the fans. He has felt a lot or a little over the last 20 years.
Maybe.
That's why it's so good, in my opinion. And people have bashed it and everything, and
I'm loving it.
I disagree.
I do too.
I think the end of last week's match at Night of Champions was a bit of a cluster. I think you had too much going on. The hug of him and Punk, and then Punk thinking, I got to look out for him, but I also got to look out for Rollins. And then Punk I think that you tried to do too much in a short period of time.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know.
I think it could work. I think it could work. And if he gets tweener reactions, so what? I don't think it matters in today's environment. I mean, a lot of heels get, there's always going to be that segment of fans that cheer for the heel anyway. But what about like you, for example? Yeah. What about at SummerSlam? Because there's a theory, and again, I'm not going to try to Conrad Thompson this and say, did you know that this is what they're doing? I'm not going to do that. No, but there's a
theory about where they're going with SummerSlam too.
Well, the theory that some people have, and I assume this is not your theory because you don't seem to think they can do it, is that they're going to do a double turn at SummerSlam and Cena returns to being a babyface and Cody goes heel, and they figure out a way to work that.
You don't think
that's what it is.
I don't think they can do a double turn with Cena at this point. You have to have him with a very strong tweener or heel in order for the double turn to work. And there has to be a build to the double turn. The best double turn in the history of the business was Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there was a build to that. It doesn't have that momentum. But here's my SummerSlam theory.
Okay.
I think the road to SummerSlam begins next Saturday night.
That Saturday
I
night's
think
main event?
I think Gunther beats Goldberg
Mm-hmm.
in a very hard-fought, competitive match.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the end of the match, Seth Rollins cashes in.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, oh, we get Gunther, Seth at one night of SummerSlam.
That turns Gunther babyface.
No, we don't. No, we
No?
don't. No. What is the biggest match they could do for Seth Rollins' first title defense?
Against Cena?
No, at SummerSlam. Rollins Punk.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you do
Oh,
that.
I see. Okay, I see. I was confused. Sorry. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah.
Then you build even more momentum with Gunther becoming this babyface because now he's chasing the title he lost.
Yeah.
Unscrupulously lost.
Yeah.
And you have him overcome this adversity. But you have Punk Rollins at SummerSlam.
Okay, that's interesting.
And then you do that night one. Then night two to end the spectacular, you have Rhodes Cena.
Okay. Okay.
I think that I don't think you could do a stronger two main events.
Mm.
Because keep in mind, SummerSlam is 2 nights this year.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So you need 2 strong main events.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a better feud WWE has right now than Rollins Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just entrenches almost every story on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
You can connect those guys to any rivalry because you have of the Bronson Reed effect, because of the Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman, all the ties these guys have.
Sure. Okay. No, I like that.
I think that is your money. And keep in mind that both Punk and Rollins were very successful in Ring of Honor,
Mm-hmm.
which SummerSlam is in New Jersey this year, which is was formerly a major Ring of Honor hotbed.
Yeah.
It's up there with Philadelphia for Ring of Honor.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
So it would be huge.
Yeah.
To have that.
Yeah.
Night one.
Yeah.
I hope it happens because I think that put it in Hell in a Cell even. Like, make it have stipulations. Make this be the blow off.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I hate seeing it end, but man, what a way to end it. For the title, for all the marbles, Punk Rollins, and either way you go, fans are going to be upset. Fans are going to be upset if you have Rollins go over, or fans are going to be upset if you have Punk go over. But either way, you're going to make one group very happy.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, with any main event, that's the best you can hope for. And I guarantee you will get, if you give them, you say, you know what? 9:15 match starts, 10 o'clock, we're going home. You give them 30 to 45 minutes, you have a match of the year candidate.